Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. 3 boring but sensible picks the Cowboys could make at 12th overall. As the Dallas Cowboys prepare for the 2025 NFL Draft, they find themselves in a familiar position, stuck between the urge to make a splash and the need to fix glaring roster issues. Picking 12th overall, Cowboys fans want them to target a flashy wide receiver, an electric edge rusher, or even a quarterback to shake things up. But what if the Cowboys decide to play it safe like they've done so many times before, and take a player that will make the fans throw their hands up in despair? This might seem like a nightmare, and it probably will be if it goes down like that, but if it does, we can at least hope that they pick players that will help the team. The following 3 prospects won't light up draft night Twitter, X, in a positive way, or dominate headlines, but each would be a fundamentally sound choice to strengthen critical areas on the roster. Offensive lineman Will Campbell, LSU. Offensive line isn't the sexiest position to draft, but for the Cowboys, it might be the most important for the offense head coach Brian Schottenheimer wants to run. With right guard Zach Martin retiring and questions surrounding Tyler Guyton's development, Dallas desperately needs to reinforce offensive line. Will Campbell fits the mold of what the Cowboys have historically valued up front: size, power, and a nasty streak. At 6 feet 6 inches and over 320 pounds, Campbell was a multi-year starter at LSU, facing top-tier SEC pass rushers and more than holding his own. He may not test as the most athletic tackle in the class, but his technique and toughness are NFL-ready. Drafting Campbell might not move the needle for fans wanting a splashy playmaker, but it could help keep Dak Prescott upright and open up holes for the run game, and that's how you win in December and January. Defensive tackle Walter Nolen, Ole Miss. Walter Nolen is the definition of a blue-collar defensive tackle. He's not going to blow up the stat sheet with sacks or forced fumbles, but he eats blocks, clogs lanes, and brings brute force to the middle of the line, something Dallas has lacked for years. Listed at 6 feet 4 inches and 315 pounds, Nolen transferred from Texas A&M to Ole Miss and made an immediate impact with his power and leverage. He's the kind of interior anchor who may never be a Pro Bowl mainstay, but his presence helps unlock the rest of the defense. Just imagine Micah Parsons having more freedom to attack thanks to Nolen absorbing double teams. Fans may clamor for a more explosive defender, but adding Nolen would be a move for sustained, gritty success. He's the type of player who doesn't get talked about much, until he's gone and the run defense collapses. Tight end Tyler Warren, Penn State. Tight end might not feel like a premium position for a top 15 pick, but don't overlook how much a complete can change an offense. Jake Ferguson has flash potential, but is entering the final year of his rookie deal. Adding tight end Tyler Warren could give Dallas a versatile weapon capable of elevating both the run and pass game. At 6 feet 6 inches and 255 pounds, Warren brings a rare combination of size, athleticism, and blocking ability. He's not a highlight reel pass catcher like Brock Bowers, but he's reliable, physical, and tough, a perfect fit for a balanced offense. He'd be a security blanket in the red zone, a chain mover on 3rd down, and a plus blocker in 12 personnel sets. Is a tight end at number 12 a reach? Maybe. But if the Cowboys are thinking long-term and want to build a physical identity, Warren makes a lot of sense. He won't wow you, but he'll wear down defenses, and that wins games. For Cowboys with a lot to lose in upcoming draft. As it does every year, the upcoming 2025 NFL Draft will see many dreams come true for the next wave of rookies. But inevitably, it will also create some nightmares for current veteran players whose job security could be threatened by new arrivals. Today, we'll look at 4 significant Dallas Cowboys who might suffer from the additions of younger or superior talent. Cornerbacks Trayvon Diggs and Darren Bland. It is widely projected that Dallas will target a cornerback early in this draft, even as high as the 1st round. The higher the investment, the more likely it is that the Cowboys are preparing to move from one of their high-profile veterans. Diggs is coming off 2 tough years wrecked by his 2023 injury. After his 11-interception season in 2021, he remained an excellent overall corner but then got injured in Week 2 of the 2023 season. While he did return to play in 11 games last year, Diggs was clearly still not all the way back. Bland also just had a down year following a training camp foot injury. His record-breaking performance in 2023 with 5 touchdowns off interceptions was far from duplicated, no turnovers of any kind in the 7 games he played last season. But Bland did look better in coverage by the end of the year, leaving hope that he can get back to his previous form. The big difference between these two is where they are in their contracts. Diggs has 4 years left on the large deal he signed after 2022, while Bland is entering the final year of just his rookie contract. There was already speculation that Dallas would have to choose between one of their star corners in 2026, not wanting to pay both top 10 money. Paying to keep both of them, plus putting a significant pick on a third corner, would be more investment at one position than the Cowboys typically prefer. Wide receiver Jalen Tolbert. Right now, Tolbert is Dallas' other starting receiver by default. That could still be true if we get out of the first 3 rounds without a new addition. But if Arizona's Ted McMillan makes it to the 12th pick, it's highly likely that he'll become a Cowboy. Dallas could also trade down with the thought of targeting Matthew Golden, Luther Burden, or Emeka Egbuka. There are still players on Friday night who could come in and challenge Tolbert for WR2, but it's not a given. Even some of the first-round guys we just named are considered better Robins than Batmans, and Tolbert has 3 years of experience going for him in any competition. So while he'll probably still be WR2 when the draft starts, Tolbert could easily fall down the depth chart by the end of the first night. Tight end Jake Ferguson. If the Cowboys don't go with a cornerback or wide receiver in the first round, and if a certain Boise State running back is also gone by the 12th pick, there's a good chance that Penn State's Tyler Warren will be the best defensive playmaker on the board. If the Cowboys weren't able to add more firepower at running back or wide receiver, it could make sense for them to do it through a blue-chip tight end. That would certainly be bad news for Jake Ferguson's job security in Dallas. It was rough enough when they used a second-round pick on Luke Schoonmaker in 2023, which Ferguson responded to by emerging as a top 10 tight ends that year. Even after his injury and down season in 2024, Ferguson is still generally considered the Cowboys' best tight end. But if they add Warren, Ferguson would be relegated to a lesser role in a contract year. He might even become trade bait.